it's always a good time to have that conversation.
1 week after the Board of Commissioners took up the topic of the dangers of e-bikes, a teenager was involved in an accident and airlifted to the hospital. Liz Ryan spoke to Andrew O'Quinn, Deputy Chief of Operations for St. Johns County Fire Rescue.
A 15-year-old boy was on an electric dirt bike in Nocatee on Monday, drove into the path of an oncoming vehicle and failed to stop. He was airlifted to the hospital with serious injuries. Deputy Chief O'Quinn says that although this accident brings the topic of e-bike safety to front of mind, it's always a good time for parents to talk to kids about bike safety.
Whether it's riding a regular bike, an e-bike, anything like that, I think everybody needs to, maybe take this opportunity to have a chat about safety and awareness and things like that so that we can try to be a little bit proactive about some of this stuff.
Last Tuesday, the Board of County Commissioners discussed a proposed county ordinance to regulate e-bikes. They decided not to implement it, opting instead for a resolution focused on education and enforcing existing state regulations. The Sheriff's Department, for example, has ramped up their outreach programs. County Attorney Rich Commando.
Well, and the Sheriff's Office has already stepped up their educational program, and I know that they're traveling around to different areas and different schools to let minors know some of the problems with these electronic devices.
The St. Johns County School District has also stepped up, saying it will require helmets and implement specific safety protocols for students riding bikes and e-bikes on school property in the upcoming school year. County commissioners have committed to continuing to look into the situation and have not ruled out implementing stricter regulations in the future. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Headed to the beach, but want to make sure you're prepared? Don't leave home without this.
Matt Denny, Digital Manager for St. Johns County, letting you know how your beach experiences are being improved.
The St. Johns County Beach Services Department is letting you know beach information can now be found in the SJC Connect app, providing a seamless experience for accessing comprehensive beach information. Going forward, the former Reach the Beach app will no longer be updated, and you can find all your beach-related updates and details under the More tab with the SJC Connect app.
Brand new SJC Connect app, which is your one-stop shop resource for all things St. Johns County news, alert. You can input service requests, pay your water bill, even check your permit status. So that's your one-stop shop for all things St. Johns County. Is just go to the SJC Connect app, which you can download for Apple or Android. And within that, you have the Reach the Beach resources.
It's a way to consolidate resources and streamline accessibility for beachgoers. From checking beach driving updates or finding the interactive beach access points map, all these features are now conveniently housed within the SJC Connect app.
And has all the same information and resources like you had in the old app. So within the SJC Connect app, in the Reach the Beach section, you can find your beach driving updates, your beach access map, your tide info, coastal project updates, and much, much more.
Just check out sjcfl.us/SJC Connect. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Music and Art by the Sea revisits the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s.
St. Augustine's Music and Art by the Sea continues tonight, and a local road project is receiving state funding.
Volunteer producer Bill Jones says if you're a Gen Xer, tonight's show is a can't miss.
For the first time ever at Music and Art by the Sea, we present the band The Edge. If you remember the 80s, 90s, and 2000s very well, you're going to hear a great variety of music. It all starts at 7 p.m. at the St. Augustine Beach Pier Park. And, of course, we invite you to come early. Parking is always a challenge, so make sure you carpool, use a ride app, do whatever you need to do to get there, but it's going to be a great night.
And in other news, State Representative Kim Kendall says the I-95 International Golf Parkway Interchange redesign is going to receive $2.5 million in state funding for the design phase of the project. Final budget negotiations are still underway in Tallahassee, but Kendall's office made the announcement confirming full state funding for the design phase, calling it a critical step toward addressing traffic congestion in the area. FDOT expects to begin the $10 million construction phase of the project in 2028, with completion expected in 2031. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.